Hey y'all, how are you this afternoon? This is an update on the YSL trial. Um, I'm really wondering if Miss Love is just not well. Um, Last week, she read into the record uh, Montauk's Alford plea as if it was a regular plea with a regular allocution and everything, and she got chastised by the judge, rebuked in front of the jury for doing that. Today, she said she didn't do that, that there is no proof that she stood up and did that. And the judge said, excuse me, it's on the record, and I rebuked you for doing it. You did it. Then she sat down and shut up. But it's like, okay, is she really just ill? Like, is she getting um, pre onset dementia or something? That was just last week that she did that. And today she could not remember having done that. She actually told the judge, I didn't do that. That's crazy. I don't like to, cast aspersions on people and talk ill health about them. But we have to look at this and saying, what in the world is going on with this lady? You know, that something happened that she did just last week, and today she says she didn't do it. Scary, huh? And found this out today. In 2020, Adrian Love ran for DA in another county. She lost, and her crazy video statement said something to the effect that, they have a gang problem. I know how to deal with gang problems, and you need to put them in jail. Well, her idea of just putting them in jail is not fair. It's not justice. She has a win at all cost mentality. Like today, she called um, Motonk's lawyer, Derek Wright, to the stand and literally tried him to burn him on the stand because he was defending his client and tried to make it like it was his fault that she slipped something in that wasn't supposed to be there. Here's what they pointed out. In the plea agreement that Montunk took, there was a item number 4 that said that he tried to kill this person and that it was in furtherance of YSL and furtherance of the gang to promote the gang and all this kind of nonsense. Turns out it had nothing to do with none of that. Yeah, he threatened to kill him, but it was because the guy stole his girl. It had nothing to do with YSL or anything. And Love sat there for half a day today and tried to say, yes, he did. And the lawyer just kept shaking his head, said, no, this was never about promoting YSL. I told you it wasn't about promoting YSL. It was about a girl that this other person stole his girlfriend, and he felt he should get retribution for that. And, she just plays dirty. Um, it was also brought out that the plea agreement that she had him sign basically coerced him into signing because his mother was terminally ill and he needed to go home and be with his mother, and she wouldn't give him bond so he could go spend time with his mother. And so his attorney negotiated a plea deal. Well, the morning of the the plea deal, one of the items that talked about this video where he threatened this other guy and stuff had been removed. So the lawyer advised his client to go ahead and sign it. She had put it back in there, only gave it a different item number. That's dirty. And he's got a 30-year probation sentence. 30 years. And she put in there that he cannot, before, during, or after a trial, say that any of these defendants are not guilty. Even if he knows they're not guilty, he cannot say they're not guilty, that she will violate his probation and put him back in jail. And then she doesn't think that that's coercion. Excuse me, that is coercion. The guy's mother is terminally ill and needs to go home and see his mother, and you dangle this plea over his head. Yeah, you can do this, blah, blah, blah. But then you put this bullshit on there that says if he goes anything to the left, that you're going to put him back in jail. And then it came out that his mother passed away. Miss Love never asked how his mother was until he was on the stand. And then she said, "Nan, how's your mother?" And he said, "She passed." That's disgraceful. That's beyond disgraceful, you know? And to sit there and say that, and then all the other things that happened this week, then there was just a hearing just now where Doug Weinstein said, "You're always putting time limits on the defense. It's time you put time limits on the prosecution." He said, "Here's an example. When Mr. Sledge got on the stand, they said it would take 3 hours. It took 5 days." He said, "At the end of the 5 days, you looked at us on the defense side and said, what are you going to need? 5 minutes?" You know, this trial is off the rails, and Judge Whitaker is trying her best to um, not so much fix it, but yeah, fix it would be the right word. She's trying to complete it to the end. But I don't see how that's going to end up happening because you have a prosecuting attorney that is just evil, that takes 5 days to ask questions and ask the same questions over and over and over and over and over. The judge says sustained, move on. She waits another question and then asks that question again. So I don't know. We need justice in Atlanta, and I don't know how that's going to happen, but it needs to be done. So we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.